What is up, guys? It's a Base Brawler, and welcome back to another backstory. This backstory is going to be a 2-in-1, so it's going to be kind of long because I'm going to be going over the Yasin twins, and I am going to be playing as both of them, depending on how long the video is. Once I get to level 1110 with one, or with Korn, then I'll go on and play as Sarada in the middle of the video. But yeah, once again, grab your popcorn, folks. This is going to be a long ride because this one isn't my longest thought out backstory. However, it still is pretty interesting to me in terms of originality as far as that goes. So basically, two Yasin twins of royalty are born. Okay, Korn and Sarada. That's where it starts. You know, they're a lovely kingdom. There's the king and the queen, and their little babies. And they grow up pretty well. They don't really have that much trouble learning things. They learn things really well. They don't really have too many illnesses. However, one problem Korn faces when he's little is he has a problem with girls. A huge problem. And basically what happens is him and Sarada are playing. They're playing around. They're like, you know, they're being they're being siblings. Because Sarada is the only pretty much friend that he has, is his sister. So these girls decide to come up to him and bully him, and these girls are like the same age as him. They're both like around the age of 4. And they're little, but they know about incest. So they start making incest jokes and making fun of Korn, saying that he's a loser because the only girl that he'll ever talk to is his sister. And so from there on, Korn is basically, he has PTSD. He does not want to talk to girls. Not because he can't, but simply because he doesn't want to. And that's where that stems from. So as they get older, Sarada is pretty much like a huge part in Korn's life. Like, she encourages him to do certain things, and she is like pretty much his hype girl, I guess. Even though she's his sister. But the thing is about Sarada is sort of the opposite. She doesn't get bullied by anyone. She doesn't get made fun of. She is like, she's liked by guys. They think she's adorable. They think she's cute. They think she's attractive, especially since she's a princess. And what does that make Korn do? Korn is that defensive brother type. He can't talk to women because he's kind of afraid of them. However, he is able to, you know, stick up for his sister when guys come around. And he's very aggressive. He's like, hey, don't... he's like, don't talk to my sister like that, or something. So yeah, they basically grow up in that sort of scenario. And it works well for them for a while. Well, their parents don't exactly die. They get taken by Farasil, who you guys know as the villain in Volume 4 of my manga, or one of the sagas of my manga. They get taken by Farasil, and they have to basically work for him. So the Yasin twins inherit their kingdom, but they're still prince and princess because they don't have anyone to marry yet. One can't marry yet. And since they're twins, they are both the same age. So they both inherit the kingdom due to that sort of circumstance. So the kingdom is both theirs. So Korn, Sarada tries to encourage Korn to get married so that he can be the king and then his wife could be the queen. But he keeps telling Sarada, I don't want to talk to girls. I can't do it. It's impossible. So she goes, okay, I'll talk to them for you. And he goes, no, I can't. Even through that, even through that. Even if there's a girl that likes me, I won't be able to. Because I'll keep having that fear that she'll be tricking me, or forcing me into it, or using me because I'm rich. Because I'm a rich prince. And all that. So Sarada goes, fine. Then find me a prince. Find me a boy who will love me, so that I can be the queen. But Korn also wants to inherit the throne, because that was his father's last wish. And there's two other things that Korn's father tells him specifically, and their mother tells him specifically before they leave, in a note. The second one being, aside from, of course, Korn has to inherit the throne. The second one being that both Korn and Sarada have a very immense power hidden within them. In fact, when they were born, they had so much potential that the doctors were even not considering giving them to the king and the queen, because they would be too powerful and they would kill them, the king and the queen. That's how powerful they were. That's how much potential these twins had. And not only that, but the other thing that his father told him to do, his last wish before leaving the throne, was to, guess what it is, protect his sister no matter what. If anything happened to Sarada, it was on Korn from that moment on. So from there, Korn had even more of a reason not to trust boys around Sarada, such as in the future Rayon. But he does find and look out for a guy by the name of, can you guess what it is? Cilantro. Cilantro is the name of the warrior that Korn finds to basically marry Sarada. He's all for it. He's like, okay, I'll marry your sister. But I have to get to know her, because it's kind of weird if I just marry this random princess. And he's like, fair enough. So basically, he gives Korn these terms in order to marry his sister. He says, I'll marry your sister in 2 terms. 1, I have to get to know your sister, of course. He says, easy. And the other term is that Korn has to help Cilantro defeat Pepper. You guys know who Pepper is, right? I hope we're on the same page. So yeah, Korn and Sarada have to help Cilantro find Pepper and kill him, basically. The Austin twins have never had to experience something like this in their life. They've never fought before. Ever. They grew up like your average rich family, basically. They never have had a reason to fight. They never wanted to. Until now. Because they want to fulfill their parents' wishes. So they go on this journey helping this Cilantro guy. And they end up killing several frost demons that are from Universe 5, of course. Ones that used to be with Sickle. And they even mention Sickle as a dictator who's taking over planet Tolman. But these 2 other Yasins save them. Save the planet. And I'm not going to spoil who those 2 Yasins are, but you guys should already know at this point. Anyway, so after that's all said and done, they finally find Pepper. Or so they think. But I'll get to that later. And they kill him, basically. They fight him, and they kill Pepper. Alright? So then, after Cilantro says that's all said and done, yeah, good job, you killed Pepper. So now I'll marry your sister. But there was another term that Korn was too stubborn to realize, because all he thought about was, fulfilling his father's wish. Cilantro was working for Ferrosil. He was a second warrior. He was working for Pharaoh. Because here's the way Pharaoh works. Pharaoh told his parents, and Pharaoh always says he's a man of his word. He even said that to Upset. But he still finds cunning ways to get to people and to make them think that it was their fault, not his. Pharaoh told Korn and Sarada's parents that if they go along with them, they'll let their children live. And he won't touch them, he won't do anything to them. And neither will his comrade Pepper. So they're like, fair enough, alright, we'll do that. But what their parents didn't know about was cilantro. Basically like a double whammy, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. A double agent, I don't know. So basically, he marries Sarada, and, Sarada's with him. However, Sarada doesn't want to be with him anymore, and she's pretty much kind of miserable in this miserable situation. But what happens to Korn, might you ask? Korn gets sent to a brothel in his own city, in his own kingdom, where all these girls are trying to get with him because he's the prince. And the prince needs a king, right? And they all are like, oh, if we marry this prince, we'll become a queen. So all these girls are trying to get with Korn, and Korn is super frustrated. However, here's the thing. He's not frustrated because of these women, even though, of course, he does have PTSD, and he can't talk to them. What he's pissed off about is the fact that his sister is with someone who is going to possibly ruin her life and maybe even kill her. So not only is she not safe, and not only is she not with someone she wants to be with, but also Korn has not inherited the throne, and he hasn't released his full power, like his father said. Because his father wants Korn and Sarada to unleash their power eventually. So, Korn rages out, and he becomes Super Yasin for the first time. Not false Super Yasin, Super Yasin. And some of the girls are like, wow, he has blonde hair, now he's even more cute. And cute little green eyes, I guess. And Korn doesn't kill any of them. He walks, and I mean walks. He doesn't run, he doesn't fly, he doesn't speed dash. He walks to the castle, shoves his fist inside of Cilantro's... He inserts his fist into Cilantro's stomach and kills him. And he twists his fist too. And before he releases his fist to let the blood flow out of Cilantro, he says this: never underestimate the might of the royal Yasins. And then he releases his fist, and he's dead. Alright? Now that you have that in your head, let's move on. So now Korn and Sarada are like, wait a minute. This Pepper guy is also working for Pharaoh, and this Cilantro guy worked for Pharaoh. Pharaoh's not exactly the best person. So their next job is to go after Pepper. Once again, because they killed a fake Pepper last time. So they finally find Pepper, and Korn goes Super Yasin, and Sarada's like, can I help? And Korn's like, no, you're not strong enough. Just stand back. I'll handle this. And then they fight for a bit. Korn fights Pepper. But then guess who comes in? Salt. It's 2 versus 1. Okay? And even though Korn has Super Yasen, it's still not enough. These warriors, even without a 50 times boost, they're really strong. So they're basically kicking his ass. And Sarada's mad. Or not mad, she's more so sad because of what's happening to her brother. She says, "My brother was told to protect me, but I can't even protect myself. Or him. So what am I? Just a princess?" And she wants to be more than just a princess. More than just a girl who goes, "Oh hey, can you save me, Mario?" Stuff like that. I'm just using an analogy. That's not actually what she says. She doesn't know about Mario. She's from a different planet. So she turns Super Yasen and helps out. And they both still lose. But it's not because of pepper and salt. It's because of Ferrisil. Ferrisil likes to make little distractions in order to get what he wants. He likes to send people to fight for him, and if he realizes that they start losing, he will go in and take them down. So he got a distress call saying, "Oh, your men are getting their ass beat." And he's like, "Okay." Comes in without a question asked, and he knocks them both out. And the next thing they know, Sarada and Korn know, are that they are in blue uniforms and they are in a tournament arena. So they win the arena several times over and over again, and they become the champions. And after they're dubbed the champions, they are finally able to become part of Ferrisil's fleet. The first planet they're tasked to go to is to a planet on a different universe called Earth. And you guys know their story from there, where it picks up. Hint, chapter 9, volume 4 hint. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it gave you more insight onto Korn and Sarada's characters in the Final Farewell Warrior manga. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And next up, I'm going to do Sickle, and boy, is his interesting. I think I only made his story once, or thought about his story once. And that one time I thought about his story, I thought it was freaking amazing. Like, I think Sickle has one of my favorite backstories that I've ever created. I think it's really awesome, and I'm really happy to share it with you guys when I start playing as him. Because I have to finish Sarada and Korn before I play as him again. I gotta get them to level 1150. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video once again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next... I cannot speak right today. And I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that may be. Goodbye.